Hey guys, how are y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Hello? Okay, we're working. Hey Craig, how are you doing? Okay, one second. I gotta take the charger off. There we go. I'm doing good, doing good. Just hanging in there as usual. Don't know what I did. There we go. Oh, thanks. It's Big Twitch Menagerie in the colorway. What is this color? Rosy Maple. So yeah, that's what I'm using on this. This is the a wrap. The stitch is a lacy or wave looking stitch. It does the wave without doing the wave stitch. Well, hello, all you beautiful folks. Uh, I think it like I had I don't know, like a vision of how I wanted this to look, and was the stitch that got the vision. And the other side, well, the ends, as you can see, well, got a little yarn fuzz right there, but it's got the what I call the knotted ridge, something that I made up, and then go into the stitch. It's it's nice. Yes, you are a moderator. I'm trying out a new mic too because I think my mic was on my phone messing up pretty bad. So I tried to got a new mic that is a lapel mic, I guess they call them. That plugs into my phone, so we'll see how that works out. And if you see my hands like disappear, it's because I have the pattern written up, and I have to. I don't have the stitch down by memory. Local vet about to know my mother's passed away. Um, thank you. Let's see. And then it's this is the last row of the repeat. It's a 4 row repeat, but it does the job, right? I didn't realize these lights are so dim. This is what I've been used to crocheting with. Oh my goodness. Yes, I will, cat. It will be. Ooh, I'm not sure. I am shooting for. I gotta look at the calendar. 1 second. I am shooting for the 21st to have this done and up. For a tutorial. That's what I'm shooting for. But things always change and things get moved around. Like the stitch that's coming out tomorrow, I didn't have plans to release it for, I mean, it's been filmed. I didn't have plans to release it for, oh goodness, how long? I want to say it was going to be sometime in May is when that stitch was going to get released, but I've gotten a lot of requests to do the stitch, so I was like, well, might as well just release what I've done. I need to turn on some more lights. 1 second. Okay, that's a lot better. Oh, one more set. Alright. Had to turn on one of my filming lights. And I don't know what I did. Okay, I know where I'm at. Yeah, Tunisian stitches are, they're just so lovely and just so pretty of how they always just, they come out and how you can make, yes, well, it's a mix of the two. I wouldn't call it halfway, I'd call it a mix of the two. It's a mix of knitting and crochet. And I think like the biggest part that a lot of people don't like about Tunisian, or that even scares them, ooh, ooh, is this aspect right here. Keeping all these loops on the hook, I think that really throws a lot of people off and not wanting to do it. But once you can get past that aspect of it, then it, to me, that's the harder aspect of it. If you can get past it, keeping all your loops up and not discharging them right away like you do in crochet, I think you can do a lot. Man, that's that splitty. And this is a different angle than I normally crochet at. And yeah, Craig, I mean, that is a big issue too, is a lot of people don't like the curl either. They don't, you can bump up the gauge and, that helps some. And then like with what I did here at the bottom, or this would be a bottom. This is where I started, and it's purl. It's 2 rows of purls, and then a row knit, and then the Afghan knot and a row knit, and then 2 more rows of purl. Well, the purl is an anti-curling stitch, and uh, yeah, I can't. Yeah, hi, Sleepy Luck. Hello, Paula. How are you doing? I just couldn't sleep, so I was like, well, I haven't been live in a hot minute. And I'm sorry if this mic is really loud. I don't know what it sounds like until I can go live. Let me put on my headset 1 second. Oh, it's not that bad. Okay. No, I forgot what I was doing. Oh. Yeah, this stitch has a lot of yarn overs and 2 or 3 togethers. That's definitely not the spot. I screwed up. That's what I get for not paying attention. Hi, Aaron. Yeah, I wasn't feeling all that hot on Friday, Craig. Well, Panda got me sick anyway, and then I was dealing with all that other pain BS, and then I had to go do some medical test, and they decide, hey, instead of a chemical, what's that thing? Stress test. You are actually gonna have to run on the treadmill, and I'm looking at them like, are you serious? I have metal knees. How am I supposed to run? But they made me. Hi, Tina. And then I was still recovering from the crud that Panda gave me, and started getting better Saturday afternoon. So today, as soon as I woke up, I went to bed early yesterday, like 7 p.m. my time, and didn't wake up till noon today. And I felt great, so I did some filming and made some shorts, and then I'm like, okay, I'm tired. Hi, Tracy. And now I want to get this done as fast as possible because I have other patterns. This pattern's already written up, so as soon as this gets released, the pattern will get released. I still got to write up the pattern for Saddleback, the blanket that came out yesterday when it was supposed to have been. Oh, Michael, when it was supposed to have been came out Friday. Well, thank you. It is called. It is the. I showed them a minute ago, but it's the Big Twist Menagerie, and the colorway Rosy Maple Moth. I like this one though. It is very light. Uh, it's. I don't know. I just like the colors. They just kind of grew on me. Now the next thing after this is there's a few side projects I want to do. I want to make, and then want to make do another blanket, and then I have something else. I see. I have one, two, three, four. Wait, that's one over here. Two, three, four. I have 5 colors of the menagerie. I've got the one with the dark blue one. I've got the chameleon, a pink one. I don't know the color names because they're over at my um, in my yarn cubicle. And I got a purple one. Yeah. And then this one. I like them. The green one I have plans for another. Like, I don't mind doing shawls. Don't get me wrong. But I, when I do, when I design something, I have a, what's the word I'm looking for? A vision for that design. And I'm sorry, but shawls just cannot convey the vision that I want to convey, if that makes any sense. And let me redo that, okay. And that's the end. And then we return pass. I'm gonna be dropping my stuff for just a second so I can change where I'm at on the pattern, because even though I've done God knows how many rows, I still don't remember the pattern I wrote up. I have too much going. Like, my brain's constantly always busy with new stuff, new patterns, new what, you name it. It's one of my hairs that fell out. Give me 1 second. I have my tablet over here with it pulled up. There we go. Let's see. Hi, Tina. Insomnia, curiosity of RA and OA in the front coming through. Slept 15 hours with medication help. Yeah, the green one, I really do like that. Ever hear of or try water kefir? Never heard of it. Yeah, Tina, one of my few head hairs that I have left. Um, I just like I can do shawls. I'm not saying I can't. I just there's ever a vision for everything I have. You know, even down to the yarn choice that I choose. Just shawls just don't can't convey what I want to convey. I know a shawl should be something simple, but everything I I have a vision for, and if it can't convey that vision, then I got to find something that does. And so far, wraps can convey that vision that I have, especially with what I plan on doing with the green menagerie. It There's a couple lacy stitches I'm going to be putting in there to make it look like a snake, and then there's some lacy stitches like for flowers and whatnot, and in Tunisian, and I'm calling it snakes in the garden because that colorway just reminds me of a garden. Oh no, I have not. I don't even know. I have never had even kombucha. I'm not that adventurous. Well, it's not that I'm not adventurous eater. It's just panda's not adventurous, so I don't really go out of my way to get anything that's adventurous. One second, I got a cough. Still have just a little bit of the crud left. Um, and I've got stitch markers all over, as you can see here. This is where I started a new skein. That's where another new skein. That's where the old skein ended. The very first skein that I used, and then that's the second skein between the two, and then was the third, or something like that. I don't remember. Yes, this is the third where I started the third one, which I'm on now. And of course, I'm keeping track of over here how many repeats I'm doing. So that way, when I fully finish writing up the pattern, it's all there and ready to go. Oh, he let me. He doesn't know it, but I ordered a mess ton of yarn. So yeah, he paid. That's how he paid for it. Oh, I gotta scoot up a little bit, man. There we go. My back was starting to hurt sitting like that. But yeah, it's just calm, relaxing. I haven't been live except for my In the Yarn studio, which I have one coming up this Friday. And that's what I'm hoping to have this done by then because Saddleback's done. Um, and boy, is that a thick blanket. Well, he's been kind of getting it with the cooking in a way because I literally haven't had no energy to even. Is that. Oh, son of a biscuit. Sorry, I do not like factory knots. So I have to fix it. I gotta back out just a touch. There we go. Okay, that'll work. time with the return pass, this is how I always handle adding yarn to the return pass. Let me tie my knot, square knot, surgeon's knot, whatever you want to call it. Bingo. Now, move the tails out of the way. Never trust a factory knot. There we go. Bingo. Now I'm back on par. I let him get Baldur's Gate 3. As soon as, yeah. Is it cross-platform now? Like, normally when I get Big Twist, I rarely get factory knots, but it seems like with this menagerie, and every skein I've gotten so far, that I've used so far, I've had at least 3 factory knots in there. And that's a little concerning. But for a 3-weight, I mean, it's still nice and soft like Big Twist. Sorry about all that little clinkety clanky. That's the what are those things? Stitch markers for my progress. Oh, it's still being stress test. Yeah, when it comes out, I know he wanted it, so. Aaron, I can't wait to use my vortex. Like, I really, really can't. It's I know with the, was it the neon rainforest, I'm gonna pair it with a titanium gray, and I'm gonna work up my own little mosaic pattern for it. And I think I came up with a nice little idea. Not can't be say little, but a nice idea for 2 to 3 of the other colorways together. Now it's a scarf, but I think I figured out how I want it to look with those 3 colorways. Oh, come on. This stuff is, you know, a little bit splittier than the rest of the normal Big Twist. Hi, kitty. Nice, Aaron. Yeah, I have all of them. I have 10 of each one. They sent me before, when they first came out, before they, hey, we're declared bankruptcy. Yeah. Um, I'm gonna miss Big Twist, but I'm pretty stocked up. I think I've got a good 2 years projects worth of Big Twist. If I wanted to make a queen blanket once a month for 2 years, I have plenty to do that with. Yeah, Birds of Paradise is really pretty too, but I like, for some reason, like that Neon Rainforest one. That one's really sticking with me. Like, that colorway is just, I don't know, I like it a lot. All right, what part am I on? Oh, I'm on row 1 now of the 4 row repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and yarn over and through 2. Girl, Aaron, that's me too. I don't need any yarn, but um, I I've been stocking it up. Well, especially with Big Twist. I have been stocking it up because, well, yeah, it's going to be going away. And I want to make sure, me and Panda both love Big Twist. So I've been stocking it up and using it. You know, we've got, gosh knows how many totes in the garage full of Big Twist right now. And I think that's 6. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4, 5. No, it's not. You know, Kat, I'm on a fixed income too, or Mary B. But a lot of mine um, came from them sending it to me. Joanne sending it to me because they sort of kind of sponsored me, but didn't kind of sponsor me. They would send me a lot of yarns before they hit the market. Like I had Supernova before it hit the market, Boho before it hit the market, the Christmas stuff before it hit the market. And starting, well, this month, if they didn't declare bankruptcy, 1, 2, 3, I was supposed to have started being a paid ambassador for Big Twist, but they declared bankruptcy. 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've done a few things in Supernova. I'm not a fan of the Supernova. I'm not, it's okay. It it's just not my cup of tea, mainly because I don't really like working with the smaller yarns, and it's a 2/8. And yeah, Craig, it's very, very crappy timing on everything. Because heck, I told you about that we were said that we were working on that back in what, right after Thanksgiving, that they were working on me doing all this for them, and then all of a sudden they they threw in a bankruptcy clause, which I get, and everything we did, like bankruptcy clause, I totally understand it. And then, of course, the closer we started to getting, and I get a package in the mail, and it was all the Supernova, or the Supernova, the what's this stuff? Vortex, that I couldn't show or anything because it wasn't out yet. And then I get an email saying, "Hey, we're discontinuing our the contract because of bankruptcy clause." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then literally 30 minutes later, they announced the bankruptcy, and I'm like, "What the heck?" Big Twist is their home brand unless the new buyers sell it off. It's going to be discontinued. And there's just nothing we can do about it. I'm hoping they realize what they have on their hands with Big Twist. The yarn, at least, I could care less about all the other stuff. Not a all their other stuff is whatever, but just save the yarn, because that's really what we need to be saved. Yeah, it really is. Um, White Bear making a wrap. It really is that that they were upfront with me because they could have hit everything if they wanted to. 3. But they didn't, and thankful. And something else, you know, Panda was saying, and like you said, maybe this happened for a reason, and maybe Um, something better. This happened for a reason because something better may come is going to come along. Who knows? Well, hi, Bunny. How? Well, thank you. I'm going to be redoing a lot of the base five. Um, I still have to redo them. I'm going to be redoing those probably, hopefully next week because I want to do like a little. I guess you want to. I guess you can like group them together, do a nice little playlist, but also do like an introduction to Tunisian video along with those five videos because I think if I mean eventually I want to redo a lot of my older videos because I didn't know crap about filming back then. Now I do. Yeah, exactly, Mary B. I really, I just hope that the new owners know what they have on their hands with Big Twist and actually can sell the brand off to somebody who will continue it. And that's the Aaron and the ladies like at my store too are the same way. They're really nice and like I called her my yarn lady, and because anytime they'd send something to the store for me to pick up, she'd be the one to call me. Or when I went there, she would be the one who would say, "Hey, we got a package for you." Um, her name was Joanne too. Four, six. Yeah, you just never know though. They may not realize what they have on their hands. Well, that's awesome, Bunny. Thank you so much. I'm glad. I really am glad. But yeah, I've learned so much with over the year and some change that I've been doing this about filming and split the yarn, filming in angles. Because before I just used the phone that I'm on right now, and it was straight up and down like it is right now. That's all I did before. Now I know about keeping it like it's coming from my eyes, so you can actually see the stitch. I didn't know about none of that by then. Um, mm, what did I mess up? One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh, let's see, who is that? Siam. Yeah, I mean I don't take requests. Plus, this is a multi-week project. Tunisian crochet. Most projects are multi-day to multi-week projects. I just can't stop and do things like that. I wish I could. Kitty. But yeah, my Joanne, she's really not the not Joanne at my Joanne's. She's really nice. She knew her stuff about yarn, and she didn't know how to crochet. She had no idea how to crochet, but she knew her business about yarn. All right, Erin, you have a great day, sweetheart. I'm going to do something while I'm here. Haven't done this month. There we go, 1 second. There we go. All right, what did I do here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this is the awkward row because I have to count, but then when I do the yarn over on this row is before I do 2 together, whereas on every other row it's after. You know, like this, I don't know, this kind of reminds me of one of those, like, those marshmallows in the generic bagged cereal. That's what it reminds me of. Kind of like those, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not right. Can't be right. 2, 3. There we go. That's right. That's 4, 5, 6. Yarn over, go through 2. They're magically delicious. Yeah, like the colored mini marshmallows too. Oh yes, because they're pastel colors. Yeah, that's right. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over, go through 2. And the other thing too, like it gets me. I like the speckles. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes some of these speckles are just way too prominent that I don't know. I'm using a Tunisian cabled crochet hook. These are metal ones from AliExpress, Brian. And for me, I my favorite hook though. Sorry, I'm grabbing it. Is I like the wooden ones. This is the Knitter's Pride Ginger set. Cable Tunisian set. I just put the mindful cords on them because they're swivel. Uh, but I prefer wood. But I'm trying to get this when I'm trying to work on something fast and work on it to get it out faster. I'll use the metal hooks because I don't know. I feel like I go faster with the metal hooks. That may be a complete and utter lie that I'm not going faster. That doesn't seem right. Should not end on that. Well, it looks like I got a frog a row because that does not seem right. Let me see. 1. That's right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right. Yarn over. Go through 2. Hold on one moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like that's the right spot. I know what I did. I gotta undo that whole last row because that is not supposed to be bunched up like that. Darn. Joanne, um, doesn't happen too often. just whenever I'm up late, bored, tired of watching whatever I'm watching when I'm crocheting, and I'm frogging. uh, so let me get this frogged. I got it frogged the last row too, so I need to move everything back up on my pattern. Because I know where I messed up. And I am not feeding my needle all the way through all that, because normally what I would do is just, I would take my needle and feed it back through and undo everything. But that's a lot to feed through. I would rather just frog. And yeah, I know where I messed up at. But that's fine. You know, nobody's ever perfect. And at least it was just one row and not 20. 'Cause I've done that before. Had to frog 20 rows. Okay, so we're here. So we do 1, and then we go through 2, and then we yarn over, and then go into a full stitch, and then do 3. Haha, I know what I'm doing now. Usually within the first few stitches of looking at the pattern, I know what I have to do. Yep, okay, I'm going my way. Oh, Gonzo, if you only knew. This is paper. Giving my secret away, but yes, it's paper. It's a photograph background, because my actual desk background, my actual desk is a varnished wood, and it has a glare and it has a gloss, so the light reflects off of it. And Gonzo, what a frog is because you got to rip it out. So we say rip it, rip it, rip it. A frog. Oh, thank you, Jay. It is annoying, but you know, I don't. At least with this pattern, like I know when something's off. At least a row. Unlike my last blanket, or the Ireland blanket, I wouldn't have known on something like that for like 20 rows if it was off. This, I know the very next row if I did something wrong, just because of the sequence where things get created and everything. Oh, forget that mess. Sam, I gave my secrets away. Don't tell nobody. Yeah, it's literally, it's uh, it's double-sided photograph paper, and I like this side because it helps most of my yarn colors stand out. Um, and so it doesn't, and it doesn't have that glare because it's meant for like those little photo shoots and stuff that you. I mean, it's not that long, but I'd say it's like 3.5, 4 feet both ways. I just kind of cut it down a little bit to get on my table, on my desk. I'm making a wrap, Brian. Estimated yardage, I wish I could tell you because I'm already on the third skein of, how many is in this? 410, It's probably going to take 4 more, so a total of 7. 7 times 410. Let me grab my pain relief phone. Oh, I don't even know where the apps are on this thing. Okay. I don't even know if that's going to come up. Let's see, 410 times 7. So about 2,870 yards. Yeah, it is a yarn eater. Um, but like, I like it because it keeps my mind focused for the most part, except for when I'm live, I'm guessing. But it keeps my mind focused for the most part and off like my pain and, like I said in my latest, my newest little thing I'm doing podcast, that, I find it very helpful for mental health because literally up until I started this channel and started doing this Tunisian crochet constantly, my mental health was poop between my pain and just that really. It's because I have that nerve pain syndrome that just progressively gets worse. And oh, come the heck on. Whoa, that's definitely not where I needed to go. It's just kind of hard to crochet at this little angle because I'm not used to it like this. But that's what I like with my tutorials, I go slow. I'm so not used to crocheting at this angle. But anyway, I find it really helpful with mental health because I'm constantly having to pay attention to what I'm doing. Well, thank you, Brian. I did my first wrap on my channel back in, oh, when was that? Oh, like 3, 4 weeks ago, maybe even a little bit longer. It was a Valentine's Day wrap, and it was a really cool stitch pattern I came up with. I actually have it sitting back here that I'm going to be mailing out to somebody soon. Hey, Orange. Well, it is. I tell everybody, Tunisian crochet is simple. If you can make a single chain like you can in crochet, then you can do Tunisian crochet. And it also all depends on who you're learning it from because, everybody teaches differently and everybody learns differently. You may not be able to learn from me, but you can go to another channel and learn from that person. As long as you're attempting to learn, that's all that matters, right? Learning something new. And with Tunisian crochet, I love it. And exactly what Craig is saying. See, Joanne, that's how I learned because when I learned Tunisian crochet, well, I learned crochet from my grandmother when I was like 14. And that was, sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. Um, when I learned that from my grandmother, I was 14, and that was 33 years ago, going on 34 years ago. 15 years ago, I learned Tunisian. And I learned from book on and online resources because there really wasn't much out there, on YouTube world. So I learned everything I learned by books. All the stitches I learned, it's uh, by books, and old. I don't watch other tutorial channels. I can't. One, I don't want to be um, accused of stealing. Is that right? That just looks odd, but that's right. And two, it's just a lot of these, no, I just can't listen to because they play music instead of teaching you, and that's just, what are you supposed to learn if they're not going to tell you what to do? Excuse, excuse me. And so I learned everything I learned from Tunisian from books, and I've done a lot of deep digging on a bunch of Cold World, Cold World, oh my gosh, Cold War um, libraries. Oh, me neither. Like, I don't mind if you're just showing me just like music at the first 10 seconds and then we get into showing me the stitch, but nobody does that. Well, I mean, I I do the 10 seconds now, showing you what it looks like first and then we go straight into making it. But got to head to work. Okay, Jenny. Exactly. Everybody has different methods and everybody has a different way of learning. Like for me, I do repetition. My teaching style is repetition. You, a lot of us learn by being repetitive about it. Plus, two, the way I teach is how I wanted to start, and that's how I wish I would have learned. So I didn't have to so you don't have to rewind. You know, I base my channel really everything I do about how I would have loved to have learned. And so repetition, yeah, I could take it my normal 16-minute tutorials and I could make them 5 minutes, but what am I teaching? Yeah, I used to do my intro now is just like me work 10 seconds of me working up the pattern and then we go into making actually doing it. I kind of throw stuff around because the way I film, but um I just the way I base my channel is how I would have loved to have learned. So that's how I do it. And I know there's other channels out there. There's a couple, there's big ones. And don't get me wrong, like even the big ones, TL Yarncraft. She's great at what she does. I just don't watch her. I'll watch her yarn snub videos and her tool reviews, but I won't watch her tutorials. I've done that once or twice, and I don't, it's not my cup of tea. And I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but you know, and we teach differently. Yeah, Zest, like Fiber Spider there. Oh my goodness, man! Like he is such a great teacher, and there's quite a few great teachers out there. You got Fiber Spider. You got I say I'm a great teacher because we always think about ourselves that way, and you have just different ones like Bag a Day. She's great as well, and then Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. He's great. Just everybody learns differently. Okay, now I should be back on par. Oh my goodness. That yarn split. There we What the holy heck did I just do? There we go. Well, you are great. I mean, heck, I got your latest blanket tutorial. That's awesome. It's been used, let me tell you. Especially yesterday. This is so weird. Like, or Saturday. I can't say yesterday now. But Saturday, we had 8 inches of snow. And then today, that all that 8 inches of snow by 4 p.m. was gone. And then we're supposed to be 80 tomorrow. And it's like, okay, make up your darn mind. Oh, it's, man, like, Panda just, he loves it too. He's like, man, I got to do this tutorial now that he saw it in person. He's like, I got to do this tutorial. I was like, well, you know where it's at. You know who to go to. So now he's in, before he went to bed, he was thinking of colors now to do it in. You don't, here, let me do this. So you can check Craig out. Colby. Hi, Lene. Zest, there's his channel. We're talking about his, oh my goodness, where is it? There it is. His parquet basket weave stitch interlocking crochet blanket. That was 3 parts. Came out about 3 weeks ago. I'm using Menagerie or Big Twist Menagerie and Rosy Moth something. This one, Rosy Maple Moth. Yeah, Big Twist Menagerie. There we go. Yeah, it's a gorgeous blanket. Oh, that's awesome, Swedish Yarn Hooker. Y'all just like, when we see pictures of everybody doing our stuff, like the warm fuzzies we get is unexplainable. Like knowing that our creation is getting made by countless people. It's just, oh my gosh, I got a mess here now for my frogging. It's just unbelievable. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. And it gives us big warm fuzzies. That's just totally unexplainable. Of what the holy majoss did I do here? I got a knot. I need a light. Uh-oh. Well, I totally missed that, didn't I? Oh my goodness. I tried to pull that thing and it got tighter. So let's try this. Okay, wrong one. Nope. Aha. That did something. Let's see if I can pop it out. There we go. I can pop that one out. Oh. Okay, I know what happened there. I'm an idiot. But that's fine. Because... oh, Sam. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I forgot that I actually had that factory knot. Oops-a-doo. Well, I'll fix it again. Not a big deal. But thank you, Sam. Wow. Yes, congratulations, Pamela D. React Black. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen React Black in a while. Heather Holly, Lynmore, and Bonnie. Um, are you talking about on this end, uh, Lene? Oh, well, thank you, Susan. If you're on this end, the only thing I can think of to keep it tight is, oh my goodness, there used to be, I, I taught it in one of my videos. Oh my gosh. Is when you pull up your last stitch here, tighten your yarn again. You know, tighten it at the meat of your needle. I call this the meat. Don't ask me why, I just do. And then when you're starting your chain, your chain one to start your return pass, just try to keep it as snug as you can. And that's Panda's problem too. Just, I don't know, like I don't hold my yarn like a lot of people do, so my tension is pretty much consistent because I feel it. Like you can see how I'm holding my yarn. It gets pinched, and that's how I don't do that fairly rappy. And you know, Craig, I'm the same way. I never feel calm. Like my voice is calm. I shoot. Even though this is a pop up, like even me thinking about doing a pop up, my anxiety was going off the roof. Okay, we're almost to where I need to be, so I can. I'm trying to get past this a little bit so I can. And there we go. Now I can tie in the new one. Yeah, I can't try. I can't hold my yarn like everybody else does with that rapidy rap wizardry stuff because I just can't do it. And I've always held it the way I hold it. It just feels comfortable to me, and my like if I don't know, it just feels comfortable to me. So I just hold it like that, and now when I'm sitting here crocheting and I have like, well, most of the time I have these skeins, the line is actually coming up. Um, I usually hook it to my boom arm that has my camera on it because it has little knobs. So I just wrap it. I just like boom. No, this cannot be done on a machine, Eddie. This is Tunisian crochet. I think the only thing you can do on a machine is knitting. Crochet and Tunisian crochet cannot be done on machines. Oh, see, I use my pointer finger as my guide to help pull my yarn over. That's why whenever I started using these needles, that's why they were they're sharp. So I was having a lot of cuts on my finger because of these needles, till I could get used to them. Oh, there we go. See, these metal ones are pretty sharp. They can. For a while, I had where is it? Where's Bertha? There's Bertha. I had one of these, which is those felting um, leather things. When I was first getting used to these needles, so that way it wouldn't cut my finger after the first few cuts. Whoa, that really feels uncomfortable now. But that's what I did use at first. No, I don't. Um, I don't have. I don't get any calluses. Nope. That's just from yard work and stuff that I've done. But other than that, no, I don't get any calluses from this. And that's why I don't do the crazy wrap around my finger either, because I don't get that yarn burn that a lot of people get too. Especially those who go really super fast. Oh my gosh. some of these people I've watched that do the overhead crocheting, and then they're like crocheting like 50,000 miles a minute, and it's like, how are you not burning a hole in your finger? Uh, Reach? That's because I am a man. All right, you can go bye bye. And it's because I am a man, dude. Um, Eddie. I'm making a wrap. If I can quit tangling up my yarn. I don't know. It's from all that pull out frogging I had to do a minute ago, and then it all got tangled because Michael decided to move it all over the place. I'm not used to sitting here doing this. There we go. And we're back. Who knows anymore? Yeah, they were just being odd. I'm an old lady with a man voice and man hands because I am a man. Are you serious, Craig? Wow. There was one night I took that video down, or that live down. I was just doing a quiet crochet, and then whenever somebody was like, and this is like in the beginning of me being on YouTube, I went live and did it, and they were like, "Oh, look at those manly hands on that woman." And I'm like, I am a dude. Dudes do this too, man. Um, this is acrylic yarn. You can use any type of yarn. I'm allergic to wool, so I really don't use wool yarn, and I dislike cotton. I really do dislike cotton yarn. I don't know why. I just don't like cotton. But yeah, Eddie, it's oh, we're back where I was. It's acrylic. Let me see the pattern again. Go through two here and yarn over, and we do a full stitch. And what do we do? I'm lost. One, two. That's still wrong. I have no idea what I did. Oh wow, Joanne. Craig. Um, it can take me roughly about 2 weeks. Hey Robin, how are you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, Lene, they really are. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Joanne. No, just it's the angle that I'm sitting that's distracting me. I'm not used to sitting at this angle. Normally, when I'm making up something, I can sit back, but I really don't know what I did. No, let me see. Got a yarn over here. Go here. Supposed to pick up 3 stitches. That's one. There's two. And there's three. And that is not supposed to be there. Did I mess up again? Michael, you're not on the right row. I didn't mess up. I just wasn't on the right row of the pattern. Haha. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're on par. So, yep, I know what row I'm on the very first row of the pattern again. I forgot. 2, that's 4, 5, and 6. Double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah, right. You're the markers here, they're my pattern repeats. That's how I'm going to keep track of when I've finished writing the pattern and how many times you should do the repeat. Because you can see how small the repeat is. It's a 4-row repeat. So each stitch marker starts row 1 of the 4-row repeat. I'm doing great, Robin. Thank you. Oh. It's just so I can keep track when I get ready to write it up, so I don't have to sit there manually figure out which row was what and count. This is just, it's all there for me when I get ready to write it up. Boom. Because the majority of it is written up. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm grabbing my tablet. Oh my gosh, that is tight. Woo. Majority of the pattern is written up. Oh my goodness. Let me get it off of that. Go away, go away, go away. Let's just go here. But yeah, majority of it is written up. And just up until the 4-row repeat. And it'll just make life easier. Just me doing the repeat over and over. And then instead of putting it on here over and over. Oh, thank you, Robin. Oh my goodness. Hey, Chris. My gosh, girl. Thank you. Where's my drink? Sorry, I'm putting it in the trash. But yeah, the tablet is, because I couldn't remember this. I couldn't keep this pattern straight in my head, so I had to put it down on the tablet so that way I could keep it here and be able to keep my rows situated and all that happy stuff. And so pretty much majority of the pattern's written, but I'm not going to be using the symbols and stuff when I write it. The symbols and stuff are for me, so that way I have a visual clue what I was writing up. It'll be word written, or it is word written. I just don't know how many repeats until I'm done. Because I already know how I'm closing it, because I'm closing it off with that. So that's going to be on both ends. This area here called the knotted ridge. It's going to be on both ends, the top and bottom. And yeah, so I just don't know how many repeats. And again, thank you, Robin. 30 something years, 33 years I've been crocheting, Eddie. 3, 4, 5, 6. Because after I finish this, my next plan is a blanket, another blanket, go figure, because this is the year of blankets for me. The next blanket is, it's called, I'm still playing with the name. I know what it's going to look like. because I crochet it all up in my head. Um, it's called Jewel of the Rhine. So far, the name may change. And that is my next blanket. And then after that, then I'm going to do Snakes in the Garden, which is a wrap. And then I'm going to start working on a concept of taking my Bunny Meadows blanket and turning it into an actual shawl. And not a wrap, because, I mean, it's a blanket, so you can make it into a wrap easy. But I'm going to try to turn it into a shawl. And then after that, I have planned for an Oriental themed blanket that I still haven't figured out the name. Good night, sweetie. Well, thank you, Robin. Yeah, it's the Rosy Maple Moth Menagerie. Uh, Big twist. But yeah, because I have that coming up, and I'm not. I know I'm not gonna call it Oriental. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I haven't that one. I still don't know, and then um, two blankets I do know that will be coming out in October, because I want them to come out in October. I'm gonna be doing actually three blankets. Um, oh, come on. Let me see where I'm at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna do an Apache Tears, just a regular Tunisian crochet. I mean, I know it's been done, but I haven't done it. Then I want to do a Navajo diamond blanket, and then I want to do another Apache Tears, but there's a certain thing I want to do different. And there's a stitch that the stitch pattern, when it's done right, it looks like a feather. So I want to add that into it. Hi, Manuela. Good night, Craig. Hi, Lana. And then there's just some blankets I'm going to be doing just to show off this, like a stitch better. That, and it's going to be a yarn wasters, because I have some yarns that I want to get rid of. Um, so there's going to be like a mermaid stitch blanket. Yes, Marcia, all done in Tunisian. Hi, sugar. I will, Eddie, crocheting. I mean, you think about knitting has been around for ages. They've done, fishnets. So yeah, who knows how long? I know Tunisian, as far as I've been able to trace it back, is early 1800s, and I'm sure Tunisian was around well before then too, though. But I just was able to trace it back to the early 1800s. That's number 4, 5, and 6. And then, like, there's a lot of blankets I have ready. But, like, see, and that's the thing, too, with me being Tunisian. Most of my stuff, all of my stuff has to be almost original. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, that night, I like original stuff. You know. I think originality shows creativity, and I split the yarn there, but I can fix that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And that, and Kitty, I think that would be, you think about knitting. Somebody had to decide to say, hey, what about using one needle instead of two? You know, at one point somebody had to say something like that, right? I knew I pulled one too many up. And then somebody decided to say, what? Good Lord, knit. Oh, Michael, you're on the row. That's odd. And I will when he wakes up, Manuela. My gosh, I keep losing count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I always keep losing count on this row. And Joanne, I don't know. Like, I feel like my whole goal was to bring, besides documenting all these stitches and having all these stitches in one place, because I've only done about 60, and I have a total of 417. So that's still 357 I still have left to teach. And I mean, that grows every, at least monthly. That number goes up because I find a stitch that has been so hidden. A lot of the past 200 stitches that I've been able to find and add to my list have come from libraries from that are just now becoming public, from the Cold War era and before. So um, I just want to get this all out there, and I wanted to get, bring a spotlight back to Tunisian. And I I know there are some good teachers out there, like TL Yarn Crafts. She's a good teacher, but she's been venturing a lot into regular crochet too. And I want my stuff to be, as much as I can, 100% Tunisian. I want my channel to be nothing but Tunisian crochet. Now, there's going to be a point in time, I'm good on, like, my stitches I have scheduled out until, well, shoot, let me look. Go to the spreadsheet, Michael. Open, open, open. Go all the way down. Oh my gosh. My mouse just jumped. Till 2032. So that's a lot of stitches. All right, sugar, go get you some good sleep, sweetie. And the difference between Tunisian crochet and regular crochet is Tunisian crochet, Eddie, you use a needle. I have one right here that has you use, I call them needles. Some people call them hooks, but you use a needle or hook that has a cable. Or you could use what they call Afghan hooks, which are just very long needles that are about 2 feet long. The stitch I'm using is called a lace wave. And it's a it's a repeat. It's a 4-row repeat. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 4. Oh, come on. 5 and 6. But that's, like I said, that's why I wanted to start my channel, was document all these stitches and teach what I know. And like with the item makes, it's mainly there to showcase a stitch. With like date night, it was meant to showcase the starburst stitch. So that's what I try to do. Hey Jen, good morning. Joanne, I don't really know. Like the a lot of the stitches that I was finding in the Cold War libraries, like from Ukraine, Latvia, and all the old USSR countries, was because it was just restricted, and outside world couldn't know about it. It was the whole USSR stuff. Now that stuff is being put out in on digital form into the online library, so I was able, I'm able to figure most of it out. Um, Google Translate helps a lot, but of course, Google Translate isn't 100% accurate, so I got to make heads or tails out of a lot of it. And I think I went one too many. Yep. So I do my best in trying to figure that out. And because I want those stitches to be seen, and then I have people sending me old stitches that haven't been seen since 1890, like Miss C's cottage. She sent me two stitches. One I've been able to figure out. That was easy. And it was the Afghan knot. There is a Tunisian knot, which is totally different, but there was the Afghan knot. And then the other stitch I'm still having issues with. I haven't been able to figure out because it's a pain in the rear to try to understand what they're saying because they're using terminology, that definitely hasn't been relevant in God knows how many years. So I have to figure that out, and the stitch does not look right when it comes out. According to their picture, it does not look anything like what they have when their words whenever I work it up. So that one frustrates me. So I haven't really touched it in like a month trying to figure it out. And then there's the another stitch I'm trying to figure out that irritates the heck out of me too. Once a month I'll pull them out and try to work on them. Two, three, four. Hold on. One, two, three, four, five, six. I knew it. And like it's the Tunisian granny stitch. That one annoys the holy heck out of me. And it's I couldn't. Yeah. By graph, do you mean like do I make graph gans? I think it's just more of the difference, Joanne. I think it's more the difference of terminology that's used, not the yarn. And the language, because this is the book that I was sent that had these two stitches in it was from literally 1890, and it's English from England. I have done plenty of GraphGAN type stuff like pictures. We actually have a few for sale on our Etsy. I've done plenty of. Oh, okay, I don't have my phone. I was about to show you on my phone, but I'm on my phone, so I can't show you. Um, like the Batman symbol, Ghostbusters, Care Bears. I've done those. Uh, what other ones have I done? Jeez. Yeah, I've done quite a few. You can stitch pictures. You can do it. It requires a lot of color changing, and it can be if if you don't know how to do Tunisian crochet or not proficient in at least a simple stitch, it'll be a pain in the rear end. Oh, Pat, in graph form, do you mean when you say in graph form, are you saying like in the symbols? No problem, Eddie. I mean, that's what I'm here for. Joanna, if you mean the symbols, I normally don't. I'll write them up in symbols, but I normally don't put them in my patterns because a lot of people don't know how to read them. So we just do the written word form of it. Because I know how to do all the symbol. I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this one, I wrote up in symbols. Um, but a lot of people don't know how to read symbols, so we just cut the middleman out and just did it in written form. I would love to be able to spend my time teaching how to read these symbols, but with everything I have going on, that's just, I don't have the time to film that video yet. Not that I don't want to. I really do want to. I just don't have the time to film it yet. Because I would really love to be able to say, okay, this symbol means a yarn over, go through two, or this symbol means simple stitch. Oh, well, see, 'cause what I do is I write them up like this. Panda, my husband, transcribes them into written word. He does the patterns for me, and he runs the Etsy store because he's like, well, you need to do this. I'm like, well, if you want me to do this, then guess what? You're the one that's going to be in charge of it, not me. Yarn over, go through two. Come on. There we go. So, but yeah, there's some in the Etsy store. We haven't done symbols. I'll have him start including the symbols. Right, Eddie? Because it took me a long time to read the graph symbols and understand what these symbols mean for crochet and Tunisian crochet. And I want to say it took me up until about 5 years ago. I couldn't read them. I didn't know what they were. It was just gibberish to me. And so now, I mean, when it comes to like a pattern like this, when I'm in when I'm doing the symbol form, let me pull out my tablet one more time. Oh no, ignore the noise. Like when it's like this, I can actually see the I don't know why it's like at an angle. Come on. Sorry, I'm waiting on my, but I can see the actual pattern that it's making, and it helps me understand it a lot better visually when I'm writing it. Because there's a lot of times I'll make the pattern up as I go. Like literally my last the Ireland blanket, I made that up as I went. I had no, hey guys, Vivian and Nikki, I had no idea what I was writing or creating when I was doing it. It was just like, okay, what does this look like? What does this look like? And then the saddleback was the same way. Like I've been wanting to do a blanket that was nothing but front post double crochets, Tunisian style, with that double full stitch. I've always wanted to do something like that. And I was like, well, I was in a lot of pain because of the deep cold front we had. So I was like, well, you know what? I need something to keep me busy. Let me do it. And then with our patterns too that Panda does, he also links the video. So you also have the video pattern or video tutorial for it. So the accompanying video. But I let him do all that because that's his wanting to do. I can only read graph or copy the piece. Tutorials open my world. Still can't read a pattern. I learned to read both at the same time as learning crochet. Some of the books used. Yeah, I read when it came to like learning the different Tunisian stitches. I'm used to reading it, and especially finding all these old stitches. There's no graphs. It's just um, the written word for it. So I have to 5 and 6. Yeah, so I have to. So I got used to reading and understanding the written word over the actual symbols, but I know how to do the symbols. So use 3, 4, and 5. And that's the row 1 of the 4-row repeat done. Let me go back over here. Pointer. Go up. But anyway, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Thank y'all so much. I am going to. I gotta take the dog out. I can hear her whining, so I gotta let her out, and I need to stretch my legs. But I want to thank you all for watching and keeping me company. And I'll see you all Friday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for Inside the Yarn Studio. And I'll be putting out podcasts once a week, maybe twice a week. Because it's easy for me to do a podcast sitting here while I'm working up stuff, just because I always have stuff I want to talk about, so I just do podcasts. So, but anyway, thank you all for being here. Love you all. Have a great night, and I will see y'all Friday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for Inside the Yarn Studio. Have a good night.